Good morning all. Nice to see you all again. For those that are subscribed to my channel, it's been a while. For obvious reasons, you know, one of those reasons being COVID lockdown and just commitments to work and family commitments, and the channel's gone a bit stale and I haven't posted anything for a long time, but hoping to change that now. Lockdown's lifted now and we're back out and about. It's been a good while now since lockdown was lifted, and I've done a few photo shoots, but I've not recorded them. So I've decided today, last night I was having a look and I thought, I've got a bit of spare time. And I had to go to work this morning, but I was up at 3:30 and I was at work this morning at 3:30. But I got a bit of spare time, so I had a quick look on Google Maps last night and Google search, some inspiration, and I've decided to come today to Talacre. So I'm just trying to find my way. So yeah, Talacre Lighthouse is what I'm shooting this morning. It's about 7:30 in the morning. The tide's due in about half an hour or so, high tide. This morning I've got a plan to come out all day, so I'm going to shoot 2 tides today. One this morning, which is at Talacre, and being a fine art long exposure sort of photographer, black and white, this day suits me perfectly because you might not see it on the camera, but it is, or you can just about see it, I think. It's a grey day, it's overcast, there's clouds, there's lots of detail in the clouds and they're moving, so it's not overly windy here at the back of the dunes, but obviously the breeze will pick up when I get out on the beach. But yes, it's not a bad day. It's dry at the moment. Obviously there is a risk of rain. It did rain on the way down, but it's fairly dry at the moment. So I'm going to make my way up over these dunes now. I'm going to take a couple of shots here, and then obviously once the tide goes out, I'll go and have a break, have a cup of tea and a little snack, and I'll make my way over to Rill, and I'm going to go and have a bit of a scout around Rill coastline and look at some of the groins and see if I can find anything of interest. Wait for the tide to come back in later on this evening, and obviously spend a little bit of time there, capture a few images there. So hopefully you'll see some nice images at the end of this vlog, see what we can find. I'll see you on the beach. Right, well I'm down at the Lighthouse now. We see behind me there. Let's lift it up a bit. There we go, see behind me there. The Lighthouse, a couple of guys on there, crabbing, just been talking to. European Championship fishermen apparently. And they're doing a little bit of crabbing today for a little bit of recreation. So I've said, yeah, fine to share the space, not a problem. I'll do my long exposure and obviously I'll do a few shorts and I'll just blend them out where I need to. Rather than not taking a shot, obviously, because they're on there, they've got as much right to be here as myself. I'm just going to show you now the composition that I'm looking at the moment. But yeah, this is the composition. It's a simple start, just a lead in coming from the left up to the lighthouse on the third. Obviously horizon, I've got more or less 2/3 here and 1/3 of water at the bottom. I'm going to do a 4-minute exposure, f11, shutter speed is obviously going to be 4 minutes, ISO 160, which is the base ISO for the XT3 anyway. I've got a Lee 0.6 ND medium grad just to bring down, darken the sky a little bit. Yes, it's going to darken the top of the lighthouse a bit, so it's a bit of a sort of compromise between the two. Just feather it in. It's a medium on a Fuji, sort of more like a soft anyway. I've got the Firecrest 13 stop filter on to get that 4-minute exposure. It's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place. I hope my audio's working. This is all brand new, so basically Yeah, I'm obviously, like I say, trying to get back into the YouTube again, so I'm probably looking at my little screen too much, to be honest, so if you have to forgive me on that, I'm sorry, but I'm sure I'll get used to that after a bit. This is a new bit of kit. I'm on the DJI Pocket 2 and it's fantastic because it's so small and it's literally is a pocketable video camera. It's got 4K 60, it's got 1080 120 for a bit of slow-mo B-roll. Fantastic bit of kit so far, I'm well happy with it. I've got the audio that comes with the creator combo. Yeah, you just switch that on and it connects itself automatically, and from a test at home it sounds pretty decent, the audio, so we'll see how it goes today. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it so far. It's fantastic. So the tide is receding very quickly, actually quicker than I thought it would do, so I've got a lot less time. So yeah, I'm a bit sort of concerned that I won't get a nice shot over on the dunes now, so I'm just taking one final shot. It's a portrait. I'll show you that now. As you can see there, tide's gone out quite quickly, actually. I'm quite surprised how quickly it's gone out, so I've probably lost the shot, but I thought I'd capture it anyway. Yes, it would have been better with a lot more water around it, but I'm here, I've taken the shot. It's not the best shot, I'm sure you'll agree, but you know, you might like it, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, just before I move up onto the dunes, I've just walked into the sea a little bit. I've got my welly bobs on, so I'm all right. And I love it. I can just see it. I don't know if you can see on the camera, I can just see a little bit of a reflection of the lighthouse here. And obviously I've got the lighthouse, not quite on the third, but I'll probably crop in, because what I want to do is to my left here, obviously the tide's disappearing fast here, so I want to make sure I isolate it still with water. But I love this sky. The detail in that sky is beautiful. I like it as it is now, but obviously I like it as a long exposure, so I'm going to take a long exposure as well. But yeah, I just love this little bit of a gentle reflection and the beautiful sky here, so I'm going to shoot a 4-minute exposure on that. F8 for maximum sharpness here. I'm focusing just on this here. There's no point in focusing down here on this particular shot because there's no detail there. It's just going to be flattened by the long exposure anyway. Hopefully I'll get a little bit of shadow in the long exposure for this part, and obviously the sky will move. It's moving off to the left, so yep, I'm hoping that's going to be a nice shot. I think I've had the best of the high tide now. It's sort of dropped pretty much to the lighthouse itself now, so yeah, I was kind of in my mind hoping, like I said, I hadn't done the planning on the heights and things of the tides, but I was kind of hoping that the high tide would completely isolate it, but it's not a high tide, it's obviously a low high tide, so I'll make a note of that. I'll be back for obviously a higher tide next time, and I'll do that shot next time. But I think I've got a couple of okay ones. If I haven't shown you them already, you'll see them later in the video. But for now, making my way back over the beach, back to the dunes, and see what I can get there. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Do like to be. Oh, that was no idea. Do like to be beside the sea. Do 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 do. Oh, it's great to be out. Just seen a drone in the sky. Someone's flying a. Can't see what it is from here, but it might be a Mavic. Yeah, cool. I do miss my drone, I must admit. It'd be nice to. I'd want to start getting into me vlogging again, hopefully, and if it sort of pans out and they end up doing more of it, then obviously I'll get another drone. But yeah, they're not moving much, they're just sort of hovering. Anyway, yeah, I found another composition, a little bit of fence in the foreground. It's nothing special, but obviously, as I say, I'm here, I'll take multiple compositions. I won't use them all. I don't tend to take loads of shots anyway, but you know, I've taken a few, probably taken about half a dozen along this dune, and this one's a little bit of fence in the foreground, broken fence, and it just then a bit of sun path going up to the grass. There's some nice little flowers on the left, and obviously the lighthouse is just peeking through the middle at the top of the dune. Yep, I'll take it, it's okay, so I'll shoot that now. Oh, right. Well, that's it for this session. I've taken a couple of shots across the dunes, as I say, through the grasses with the lighthouse in the background. Nice bit of cloud detail over there. So I've pretty much finished here now. The tide's gone way past the lighthouse now, so the tide's gone out. So I'm pretty much done here. So I'm going to go and recharge my batteries, cameras and myself, go and get myself a little snack. And then chill out for a little bit, I'll sort of review some of the footage back, probably do a little bit of editing while I'm sat around waiting, because there's a while now for the next high tide later on this evening. Obviously show you some of those images at the end of the video. But for now, Talacre Beach, it's over and out.